Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I wanted to do a classic YouTube what's in my bag, and this is going to be a what's in my bag travel edition. So I had a basically a weekend trip, and this is the bag I carried, along with my travel bag. It was just a duffel bag, but this was the purse I carried throughout the whole trip. Side note, I have a love and hate relationship with the Palm Springs mini backpack. I mean, I'm not going to get rid of it. It's, in my possession. It was pretty hard to get, and I do have the new version. There is a story about that. I could do a separate story time video on how I got the new version. But it's a love-hate relationship. It's gorgeous, cute. I think it's classic. It does fit a lot, but my main issue with this bag is how you make it fit, how you make your items fit. It's a whole Tetris situation, and I don't like that at all. But nonetheless, I did take it to my trip, and this is what I had. So this is basically everything, if not, I actually added more stuff after my trip. But this is what I had inside. So I had a packet of rolled up tissues. I always carry tissues. Usually I carry, the square tissue packages. If I was running out, so I just had those. I do have an iPhone 10, a regular iPhone 10. I know no one has it. I do want to get the iPhone 14 Pro. I don't know how that will fit with this bag with all this other stuff I have in here, but we'll see. I do have my YSL card holder. This is my main wallet on, what I use on trips. And I did, for the first time, use the Kirigami card holder from the Kirigami set. If you guys haven't watched the video, I will link it down below, but I did an unboxing a while ago, and I did a what fits inside, so I'll leave that below. And it does hold a lot of stuff. I have a bunch of cards, I have cash folded up, so this worked really well with the Palm Springs Mini. And honestly, I think if I didn't have this, I probably wouldn't have brought this on my trip. So I'm glad I have this now. So I had those two. And then I did have a mini lotion, just because my skin always gets dry. I do have a chapstick. This is the brand Pacifica. I got it from TJ Maxx, came in a pack of 3. I actually really like that chapstick. Over there in my trip, I bought Tic Tacs. So this is not something I normally carry, but I bought it, I put it in my bag, and it did fit with all my other items. And I had to bring my Dior lip balm. This is in the shade Rosewood. I absolutely am obsessed with this color in particular. It just gives a nice nude look. It kind of freshens you up. I know it looks dark, on camera, but it blends really nicely with your natural lip color. So I love that. In the back of the bag, I did put some hand wipes. I normally don't carry this in my everyday, day-to-day bag, but I did bring it with me for traveling. Let me go forward here. I did bring a mini hand sanitizer, which is something I always bring with me. And that's from Bath & Body Works. And this is the scent Citrus and Aloe. I actually like this scent. It's not too strong. So this is not normally in my day-to-day bag either, but I did bring my reading/driving glasses. I only really need to drive with glasses at night. So I did bring these with me just in case. These are Burberry glasses, and I just have it in a random soft case because I don't have a soft case for these glasses. So I did bring these, and I did bring my Tom Ford glasses. If you saw, I'm not sure when this video is coming up, but I did do an unboxing of these Tom Ford sunglasses that I recently bought on Saks Off Fifth. So I did bring these with me, and these are pretty wide lens. They're somewhat of a cat eye, and I just put it in a soft pouch that I just had laying around, so that way it could fit in my bag. And then I had my keys. So I know my keys are pretty bulky, but I do need to have that. I did buy some gum over there too on my trip, so I don't really carry gum. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. But I bought it, so I put it in there. And then I have an extra hair tie. And then I have 2 perfume samples. This is the Marc Jacobs Daisy perfume, and this is the Louis Vuitton. I don't really know how to pronounce it, but this smells really good. I don't have a full-size bottle. I do have a few samples, so that's a really good scent to have if you're looking for a full-size perfume. I did have a mask in the back pocket right here. I don't think you guys could see. And I also have extra hair ties and a cough drop in the back pocket. And that's all in the main compartment. So there is quite a bit of stuff that does fit in here, but like I said, my main problem is how you arrange the items. I know people say, oh, fits a ton, and it does, but it just matters on how you arrange the items you want. And then the second issue that I have with it is, depending on how you arrange the items, you may have to take out multiple things before you get to the item you want, just because this bag is vertical. So your items will have to be vertical as well if they're not just all bunched up in the bottom, like some of the small stuff, let's say. Usually that's how it looks, just all piled up on the bottom. So it's kind of hard to get that one particular item you want from the bottom, especially when you have all the other items stacked up vertically from the bottom up, if that makes any sense. Versus a traditional bag, let's say it's this way, you just unzip it from the top, open it, you could see everything. With this, you can't really see your items, so not ideal for travel. I mean, luckily for me, it was just, a short little road trip. So it didn't really make it or break it for me if I was gonna, not love this bag for traveling. But if you're gonna take it on a long trip or even across, to a different country, I would say definitely skip it, just because you can't access your items easily. Another thing is, I know people say that this pocket is useless. It kind of is, to be honest. I do use this pocket though. I actually think it's pretty convenient for how I use it. So I like to consider this pocket the you may never know pocket. So this pocket I use to store items for things that I might want to carry in case of an emergency. You may never know when you're going to need it. So it's usually extra hair ties, cough drops, bandages, maybe an extra chapstick, bobby pins, hair clips, basically anything little that you're not going to access to at all on a daily basis. It's just for an emergency. So in this pocket, which it is really difficult to open, I do have some extra cough drops because you never know. And I do have a full-size Chanel lip product. So my Dior lip balm Oh, I think I left it in here. Yeah, Dior lip balm is my everyday lip balm. But if I want something a little bit more fancy with a little bit more color, I use my Chanel liquid lipstick. It's not something I use all the time, but I do like to carry it. So I just kept it in this pocket because, I mean, you never know. And an extra cough drop, and I did have an extra hair tie in here, but I think I just transferred it back into the main compartment. So I actually really like this pocket. It is, you know, useful and useless at the same time. I mean, you're not going to be putting your main lipstick, you're not going to be putting your main keys in here, but for little random stuff that you may need or not need, it's a good little compartment to have there, especially when it's really difficult to find all your other belongings in the bag, especially because of the dark lining. I know people like to have the organizer for the backpack and get it in a different color. That may work, but it is tiny already, so it may not, you know, be useful in terms of space. But I mean, all in all, it's cute. I mean, what else can you say? And I do only use it as a crossbody. I've never used it as a backpack, never used it as a bum bag. I know people like to use it across their chest. Never tried it that way. Just only use it as a crossbody. And I like it a lot as a crossbody. I actually love it as a crossbody. But again, it's just difficult to get your items in and out and to rearrange them on how you had them before. But yeah, that's my little tidbit on what I had in my bag and just a little review on the Palm Springs mini backpack. If you guys have any questions, let me know down below. But until then, I'll see you next time. Bye.